Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Increase Your Knowledge. I am Amrita and I am your online teacher. So guys, today the topic I am going to talk about is technical interview questions on C++ and this is part 1. So here it is really important to keep one thing in mind, that you have to answer the question in such a way that the person in front of you can understand that you know exact answer, and you don't need to tell the answer very long, and whatever you will answer, it should be absolutely point to point, which means that TR becomes satisfied with your answer. Okay. For example, the question is, what is object in C++? So here everyone know that object is real world entity and blah blah, but if you want you can add this. Okay, but apart from this you have to add some such a point to it which define it very well. So the question is, what is object in C++? You can answer this question in this way. An object is an instance of a class. When a class is defined, no memory is allocated, but memory is allocated when it is initiated. Okay, that means an object is created. Or object contain related data and instruction. It is a package, and here data related to what the object represents, while the instruction define how this object related to other object and itself. So yeah, you can answer this question like this. Okay, so the next question is, what is class in C++? Here I have written 2 or 3 points on class. Let's see what is it. A class in C++ is a building block that leads to object-oriented programming. It is user-defined data type which hold its own data member and member function, which can be accessed and used by creating an instance of that class. A C++ class is like a blueprint of an object. Okay. So what did I tell you? Don't you need to answer very large. You can give answer in 2 or 3 points in such a way that the TR satisfied with your answer. Okay. So the next question is, what is difference between C and C++? C was developed by Dennis Ritchie. C++ was developed by Bjarne Stroustrup. C contains 32 keywords, C++ contains 63 keywords. C doesn't support polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, which means that C does not support object-oriented programming language. Okay. C++ support polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance because it is an object-oriented programming language. Data and function are separated in C because it is procedural programming language, and in C++ data and functions are encapsulated because it is object oriented programming language. Okay. Function and operator overloading are not supported in C. Function and operator overloading is supported in C++. C structure doesn't have access modifier, do not have access modifier, but in C++ structures have access modifier. Okay. So here it is possible that the person in front of you may ask you a cross question, just like what is encapsulation, what is polymorphism, what is inheritance, what is function overloading, what is operator overloading. Okay. So you should also know the answer of all this question. However, I will tell you the answer of all this question further. Okay. So the next question is, what are the different type in C++? The answer is primitive data type, derived data type, enumeration, and user defined data type. Okay. Int, char, float, short, long, double, these are the primitive data type. Array and pointer are derived data type enum, and structure and class is user defined data type. Okay, so cross question can also be asked here, like what is the size of int, what is the size of char, what is the size of long, and a question like what is primitive data type and derived data type. So you should know the answer of this all question. Okay, by the way, you know what is primitive data type and derived data type. Okay, I tell you, if you want you can also note down what I am going to say. Okay, primitive data type, it is also known as fundamental data type. These data type are predefined data type and can be used directly by the user to declare. Okay, and derived data type are derived from primitive data type. Okay, so the next question is, what is the difference between structure and class? Structure are stored on the stack, class are stored on the heap. Structure cannot have destructor, and class can have destructor. Structure are value type, class are reference type, member of the structure are public by default. Okay, member of class are private by default. When deriving a structure, default specifier for base are public. Okay, when deriving a class, default specifier for base are private. So cross question can also be asked here, like what is stack, what is destructor, what is the type of access specifier, what is access specifier. So such question can be asked to you during your interview. Okay, and you should know the answer of all this question. Okay, then the next question is, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is feature of OOPs that allow the object to behave differently in different conditions. That means the same entity behaves differently in different scenarios. Okay, for example, plus operator in C++ can perform two specific function at two different scenario. When the plus operator is used in number, it perform addition, and the same plus operator is used in string, it perform concatenation. Okay, so here also may cross question can ask. Okay, like what is the type of polymorphism? So you can also answer the question like this. First you give the definition and then give an example. Okay, this will also be a good way to answer the question. By the way, what is the type of polymorphism, you know? Okay, I tell you, there are two type of polymorphism. If you want, you can also note down what I am going to say. Okay, so first is static binding polymorphism, or we can say compile time polymorphism, like method overloading. Okay, and second is dynamic binding polymorphism, or we can say runtime polymorphism, for example method overriding. Okay, so you must have got some idea how we answer this type of question. Okay, my next video will be on technical interview questions on C++ part 2. So I hope you like my video. If you like my video, then subscribe my channel and give me like, and don't forget to share with your friend and family. Thank you.